Hello and welcome to my channel Champagne and Stitches. My name is Sarah and this is Floss Tube number 12. Hello, welcome back. It's been a while. My last Floss Tube was a mid-year whip parade, which I think we posted back in August. So we are now on the 21st of September. So taken me a while to get back to recording. Busy summer holidays, getting ready for schools and colleges, 18th birthdays to sort out. So we've got some time today, so we're going to record. I've tried to remember what I've stitched on since I recorded, because I guess if my last one was my mid-year whip parade, it would have been probably a good sort of 6-8 weeks from the last floss tube that I filmed, just an ordinary floss tube. So that's a couple of months worth of stitching. No idea really what I've stitched on, so I've just picked out some of the projects that I know I've been stitching on in the last few weeks, and hopefully we'll be able to get back to normal and upload regularly, and I'll have a better idea of what I've actually been doing. But I've got a few things to share with you today. So I've got a couple of fully finishes, I've got one finish, a new start and some whips and a little bit of haul to share with you. So let's start with my fully finishes. So this was for my whip go call in, I think it was August, was to do some fully finishes. So I have actually finished my 2 remaining little projects from the Historical Sampler Company Advent Calendar in 2023. So not last year's, but the year before. So this was one of them, and this was the other one, and they're so simple to finish that I thought I would actually do both of them. They provide everything you need in the Advent Calendar, so you have the kit to stitch the little projects, and then they provide all the backing materials and all the extra doodads and things. So these are just a couple of little flat finishes with felt on the back of them, and I just followed their finishing instructions. Very easy to do, and I finally learnt, I think I did this one first, I finally learnt not to snip the corners too close, so that when you actually fold the fabric round, I end up with the little bits here. Don't know if you can see where I've actually not got fabric there. So on this one I actually learnt to do it properly, so I think that's about the 3rd time lucky. So they're my fully finishes. Keep them out somewhere safe to try and remember them at Christmas time. Put them there. And then my finish was this one. This was the, pop it on a board because it's a bit sunny today. This was the Halloween stitch along from the Historical Sampler Company as well. So this was gifted to me, and I didn't quite keep up with the SAL, but I wasn't far off. So this was released in 4 parts. 1st part, 2nd part, 3rd part, 4th part. So this one is all finished. I'm sure when I started it, I felt I was in the middle of the fabric, but apparently I wasn't. But not sure quite how I'm going to fully finish this, but it is all done. I love these little boots, and the pumpkins, I think I said when I showed it, when I just started stitching it, the pumpkins are the most adorable little pumpkins that you've ever seen. So this one obviously is no longer available, but their Christmas SAL is due to start in September. So I know that that one is still available on the website if you fancy having a look at it. So I will link the website in the description box. But that is my Halloween stitch along from the Historical Sampler Company. And this is stitched on a 32 count linen with all the called for DMCs. Really simple little stitch, so lovely to do in the evening. Doesn't take a great deal of thinking, and because it's mirrored as well, it's quite easy to to know what you're doing second time around. So enjoyed that one. And my new start is keeping in this bag, which is from, let me just get the thing to check, from Oh So Alison. So she posted this one on Instagram, and obviously I love cats. I had a ginger cat, so I thought, no, need this bag, and it came with, could also get the little matching Notions pouch. So that is keeping this in, and this is the Tiny Modernist Tea Goddess. So this is as much as I've done. This I've joined in with a Sal, which is being hosted by Ellie of Stitching Bee. I shall link her in the description box. And so far I've just done part of the skirt. Some people doing the Sal have almost completed it. It's crazy. So I started this on the, I think it was about the 21st of August. It was just after I got back from holiday. And I put in 100 stitches as a start, and then didn't really touch it again. And so I had it as a September whip go call, where I had to put 1,000 stitches into something. So I added 1,000 stitches into this one. So this is currently at, I think it is, just bear with me a minute. I don't appear to have written it down. I haven't done very much on it, let's just say that. It's sort of about 5% or something that I've done. So I'm stitching this on a 32 count even weave that I had from the subscription club, the monthly subscription from Lakeside Needlecraft. And I've overlocked the edge that tells me what it was called, so I actually can't read what it was called, but it's a sort of very pale blue, greeny blue colour, which I thought worked well with the colours. And my needle minder on this one, this is from Kate Blandford, and it came in her little sandwich box, and it's just the most adorable needle minder because it's obviously jam on toast, but you can take the jam off and then your toast is sad. And what else do you need in a needle minder but sad toast and some jam? So I love that. Goes very well with tea. So this I've got no plans at the moment to stitch it, sort of to keep trying to finish it. So I will just pick it up as and when. It's a nice easy stitch because there's quite a lot of block stitching in it, so you can get quite a few stitches in if you just sort of carry on with the same colour, which is quite nice to do, so you're not changing floss all the time. So obviously stitching it in the called for DMCs. Oh, here we are. I'm on 7.5% on that one, so hopefully I will get some more progress in on that one soon. So that's my new start. Tea Goddess by Tiny Modernist, and if you want to join in with the Sal, it is #TimeForTea, and if you go onto Stitching Bee's Instagram, you'll find all the details there. So that is my new start. So they are my finishes and my new starts, and now I've got about 5 whips that I've got to share with you. The first one I'm going to share is this one. This is this way around. There we go. This is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. I forgot to bring this down when I filmed my whip parade, so I thought I'd show it because I'm sure I've done more stitching on it since the last time you saw it. This one is currently at about, I think it's just over 5%. And I've been stitching it for Andrew, the Runner Stitcher's Whip Into Shape. Now, I'm not going to lie, I am really, really behind on Whip Into Shape. So he was going to run the Sydney Marathon, but for personal reasons he wasn't able to do that. So he's now going to run a marathon later on in October, November time, I think. So what I've decided to do is to carry on with the stitching I should have done on it for the Sydney Marathon. But I'm just going to carry on until sort of for the next few weeks while he's still training for his next marathon. And I know that for people who actually kept up, he's done an extension as well. So he is actually, people are carrying on and stitching on their projects for this next lot of training as well. But I mean, I'm thousands of stitches behind at the moment, so it'll take me a while to catch up. And this one was also called for one of my August whip go calls, so it needed 2,000 stitches, which obviously I haven't put on it yet. So my aim is to finish it for the whip into shape, so to get that complete, and then after that I will do the next 2,000 stitches on it. So it should get a good piece of progress. I started this one for my birthday in December last year, so it'll be interesting to see how far I can get it within the year. I'm hoping maybe up to 10%, but we'll see how we go. I never remember who this needle minder is from. I think it's Cotton and Clay, but I'm not 100% on that. And the thread I'm using is a rainbow silk from Silks For You. And I've said before, what I've really been enjoying with this one is thinking about how I use the silk as I stitch each little motif, sort of trying to either keep to certain colours, or maybe, for example, these ones I was mirroring them as I went along. So I've quite enjoyed that. So that one is Pandemic from Long Dog Samplers. So pop that over there. I think I don't always like to get that one out because obviously the frame is so big, I find it awkward to stitch on, but I've been trying to teach myself how to start from the front instead of having to turn over my projects to stitch. So it's been a work in progress trying to do that, but I think maybe with that one, if I start trying to stitch from the front, start and end from the front, I might find that one easier so that I'm not continually turning it round. So my next project is in this bag from Evertote. So got this one, very apt because it is Extraordinary Birds by Lola. And I am so close to a finish on this one. Let's just pop the board behind it a second. So this is now finished. The final drop was at the end of August. I got behind when I went on holiday, so I did take this one on holiday with me and stitched it by the pool in the sunshine, which was absolutely lovely. But my iPad didn't like the heat, so the battery wasn't lasting very long. So I tended to get some stitching in the morning, and then that would be it for the rest of the day. So I got behind on holiday, and then I've carried on stitching. So I am on the very final drop, which was here, which was absolutely huge, as you can see. But I've just got its head to do and a couple of pigeons on the back there. And I'm less than 500 stitches, and this one will be finished with a tiny bit of back stitching here that I haven't done from the very first drop. So I have no doubt that you've been seeing this one finished on social media. Lots of people have been finishing it. It looks fantastic. I think my favourite drop, definitely the blue-footed booby. As we know, I still think that's one of my favourites. This bird, absolutely beautiful. I mean, they're all beautiful. The peacock was a lot of back stitching in the peacock, but it looks fantastic. So as all of Lola Crow's stitch-alongs do, I'm happy to buy them, no idea what they're going to look like, but I really, really enjoy stitching them. So as soon as I've finished this one, I'm going to go back and carry on with Greenhouse of Oddities and try and get that one done before, hopefully, she releases a new one in spring of next year. So that one, I'm fingers crossed, will be finished next time round. But that is Lola Crow's Extraordinary Birds, and that is stitched on an 18 count Ada from Coffee Craft Fabrics using the called for DMCs. So that is that one. The next one is Pomegranate Plum, which goes in this one. This bag was from the Black Needle Society in their Purple Madness box. So this is a Carolyn Manning, and here is where I am. This was another one that I took away with me on holiday, because actually I was able to do, I didn't do very much on this one, but I did do the border, so I didn't need to have my, I didn't need markup RXP up for that. I could just blindly stitch green and purple lines. So I did a little bit on the border, but not much. So I've done 6 of the 9 blocks. So these 3 blocks will repeat here, but going that way rather than that way. This one is now at 60, let me just check, about 64%. So my needle minder again came in the Purple Madness box from Black Needle Society. But I've enjoyed this one. This one's again another stitch that's really quite easy to do, because you sort of, you follow around, because the motifs are repeated. So, you know, you sort of do a square there and a square there and a square there. So you can keep going around and filling it in. There is a deadline for this one, so I need to keep stitching on it, because I do need to have this one finished. Aiming for October time, but we'll see, we'll see. So that one is, and as I've said before, it's the strongest needle minder ever, Pomegranate Plum by Carolyn Manning. So pop that down there. So what was that? 3. So my 4th whip is this one, the Castle Cottage Garden Samplings, part of their Fabulous House series. This is number 2. So the first one was Santa's House, which I have finished. And the aim was to have finished this one about 2 months ago. But as you'll see, I haven't managed that. This one is in a bag that I made by with a Tula Pink fabric. And this is how far I am on it. So we're getting there. It's a lot of stitching. So it's full coverage, sort of most of it here. So if I just pop this, you can see that I've got quite a lot of it done. Got the main part of the castle complete. I just need to put the roof on, and then this part of the castle here. So we're getting there. Needle minder came in another Black Needle Society box. Is it rainy day or rainy weather, something like that. Anyway, so, and I'm doing it with the called for DMCs, and there are 2, I think they're Weeks Dye Works threads, maybe 1 Weeks Dye Work and 1 Classic Colour Works threads. So that one is coming along, and as I said, the plan was to do the first 4 of the Fabulous Houses this year, starting in February, so there was no pressure in January to start. So first one, Santa's House, I did in the 3 months. This one, obviously we're about 5 months in doing this one, still not quite finished. So I've still got the next one, Greenhouse. I am considering, I think I said last time, considering starting it before I finish this one, but we'll see. I'm waiting, when I finish Extraordinary Birds, which I stitch in with one of these nerd hoops, I'm gonna take that nerd hoop and hopefully start the greenhouse. So we'll see, bit behind. My rules, it doesn't matter really, does it? So that one is the Castle from Cottage Garden Samplings. I really, really like stitching that one. Looking forward to finishing it though. So, and then my final whip, which is, everything has just fallen on the floor, so just bear with me, is kept in this bag from Penelope's pocket. And it is Carriage House samplings, a year at Hawke Run Hollow. So again, if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that this one, I started on January the 1st, and my aim is to stitch each of the months in the correct month. So actually I'll finish at the end of December. And so far so good. We are on track. So here is the last one there. I'll actually put it here, it's probably easier. So here's the last one that I would have finished, which was August, and then just starting September. As per usual, what are we, the 21st, did I say, of September? Haven't done a great deal yet, but I will, now I've finished the Halloween stitch along, and I'll finish the Lola Crow Extraordinary Birds in the next day or two. I'm just going to concentrate on this one and make sure that I get this one done by the end of September. And then I'm so looking forward to like just literally 3 more months and then it's done. I've really enjoyed this, but it's been hard work to keep up with it. So here we are so far. No idea if that's all in frame or not, but hopefully you can see that. So I think it's looking really good. Keep running out of flosses, so keep running out of colours now. And then I have to wait till I order some more, because I don't know about you, but obviously, I mean, I don't have a local needlework shop. So I do rely on John Lewis and their DMC stand, which I've offered to go and tidy up for them because it's such a mess. They never have the DMCs that I want. They have lots of DMCs, but apparently none of the colours that I ever need. So if I run out, it can be a bit tricky, and then I have to wait to get the colour I need. So they're the first 6 months, and then these are the last few here. So I know in August I actually ran out of the green, so I had to wait to get the green. So I'd done everything else and then just filled in the rest of the green and did the green up here when I got hold of that. And then say I've started on this one, September, which this block doesn't feel like it's got quite so much stitching in it, famous last words, but I think we'll be all right. And then obviously the December block I am going to get it done in time, but that is full coverage in black, so that will be interesting. But that is my last whip. That is Hawke Run Hollow, and it's looking good. Enjoying that one. So they were my cross stitching. I've got a couple of other things that I've been working on aren't cross stitch. So this is my Lynette Anderson running reindeer table topper. That is in this rather glorious bag. I think it's another Oh So Alison bag, but I will put it in the description just in case, but I'm sure you've seen these bags. And then this is the one I'm currently doing in the car. So this is before I go into work, when I sit in the car. So I'm just working around here. I'd got the middle quilting block done, and I've just been working on the stitchery around the edge. So this one, I'm just working my way around the reindeer. They're upside down for you there. So put them like this, working my way around. It's repeated around the outside. Love the little French knots on the Christmas tree there. Again, this is something that I was planning on. I'd plotted it out across the year and I kept up to date. I think the first 3 months was to do the quilt block in the middle. This was for sort of the next 3 months, and we're in September, so obviously got behind on that one. But it's coming along now. I'm stitching it in the car. So it will be done when it's done. So that is Lynette Anderson's Running Reindeer table topper. And then the last thing to show you is, if you remember, I showed you that I've signed up for the Tula Pink and Bayani Bag Club, which is being run by Lovely Jubbly Fabrics, which I will link below. So this is the first one that I've made up. So this is the Easy Does It pouch. So you get to choose from a selection, you get to choose your outer fabric, and then it comes with a coordinating lining, all the things you need to make it. So for this one, the zip, you get a label and then full instructions, and the Bayani patterns you also get access to a video. So that's the first one which I have made up, which brings us on to haul, because I have a couple of, just hang on a minute, because I just put them on the floor. So I have the next couple. So this is the clam up pouch. So it will be this one. And like I say, you're provided with everything. So the pattern I chose was this one. Is it Good Hair Day, Hair Karma, something like that. So I'll fussy cut that to be on the front of one of the pouches. So that's your main fabric. This was your coordinating lining. You also get some soft and stable to go in it, and then in here you've got all the things you need, so your zips and your coordinating thread and anything like that. So that's clam up, which I need to get a move on and do. And then this was the last one that I received, which is Stash and Dash. So that is this one, Stash and Dash, and then I chose this fabric, and again I can't remember, is it from, I'm not even going to guess, but I chose this fabric to make mine in. So that's my main fabric, and then I've got two different coordinating fabrics for linings and various other bits and bobs, and then this one also came with the mesh that you need, and then some transparent, like plastic, pocket plastic, vinyl stuff, and all your threads and things there. So that's that one. So hopefully the next time I see you, I will have done the clam up one. That's next on my plans to do. And then the very last piece of haul, this may not, by the time this video goes up, this may not be available anymore, because it's available until the 25th of September, and then it changes into the October box. But this is the cotton and twine design from September 2025. I absolutely love this one. And this was kindly gifted to me by the team at Cotton and Twine. But this is a Cressetta Go-Go pattern design. So this beautiful little autumn cushion, and it is going to be the first of the 4 seasons. So the others will be coming at some point. So in the box, if you don't know about Cotton and Twine boxes, you can have a full gift box. You can now just buy the pattern and the fabric and the thread, so a kit, or you can just get the PDF pattern, so all at varying different prices. So I'll link the Cotton and Twine box below so you can have a look. But this would be the gift box version. So I've got the, you get a black and white and a colour pattern, and then you also get the materials to finish it. So for this one, you've got the backing, you've got some twine. Sorry about the rattling. I get 32 count linen. You get a needle and the call for DMCs. You get a sweet treat, which I am looking forward to this, honeycomb. And just so Sherry made me laugh, because I was watching her unboxing, and she was showing everything, and she showed this, and it was completely flat because she'd already eaten hers, and I thought that's a really clever way to do it, because I've been hanging on to this thinking I really want to eat that, but I shouldn't eat it until I show it. But I think I might have to do what she did, and next time eat it and then hold the wrapper up as if I haven't actually already finished it. You get a tea bag, and pleased to say I got a classic tea, which is my favourite, and then you get a gift. And this month, this gift was the most adorable little knitted pumpkin. So prices range, so for the full gift box is £20 for Ada and £22 for linen, I think, plus post and packaging. And then obviously it would be less if you're just getting the kit, and then you can just get the PDF pattern, so there's no post and packing in that one. So that is the cotton and twine box for September. Definitely worth it. You should, if you don't know about it already, go and check out the website, because it's just a great value. It's a great treat for yourself, so have a look. So that is everything I was going to show you today. Plans, I think definitely obviously finish Extraordinary Birds, just turn that over. Won't take me very long, and I want to catch up with Whip into Shape and get that done, and then obviously I've got the extra 2,000 stitches to go into it. And then my September Whip Go calls, I've done the first one, the Tea Goddess, and my other one was a finish. So I'm going to finish An Unexpected Journey, which was the Advent stitch along, or the after Christmas stitch along. So it wasn't building up to Christmas, it was from Christmas, sort of the next 12 days after Christmas, from Forbidden Fibre Company last year. Which is based on The Hobbit. So I've almost finished it. I've just got to do the words. So I'm going to finish that one. And then obviously, as I said, I want to sew up the clam up bag and finish the stitchery on my table topper. And I think that is it. I didn't think this was going to be this long, but apparently it is. That's probably because for the first 5 minutes I talk utter nonsense. So just bear with me. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you aren't already, I'd love it if you could subscribe, like the video, do all the things, and I will see you soon. Hopefully not in another month, hopefully sooner. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.